What percentage of the El Centro sector has fencing set up along the border already? And I guess I'm talking about the 20-foot or so fencing that I see in Calexico, for example.
Okay, so El Centro sector is 70 miles of actual land border. Of that 70 miles, there's still 11 miles and pretty much up in the mountains. It's very, very rugged, very remote. There's no fencing whatsoever. When you get closer to town, I should look at my statistics. I'm going to mess something up here. We have about 29 miles of what we call legacy fencing. So some of it is the steel landing mat fencing. Some of it you'll see around Calexico, which is the small, 2-inch picket fencing type fencing. And then you saw some of it in the video when you get farther out to the west. That's what we call drive-through barriers. We put that up based on whatever the threat was. So I already touched on this a little bit, but really, we're here to make the border community safer in any way we possibly can. So you've probably heard the old sayings, if you see something, say something, and that's just what we encourage you guys to do. The agents are out there doing their best every single day, but they're not holding hands along the border. We don't have those type of resources here, but we are doing the best we can. But the best resource that we have out there is you. The community normally knows what's going on better than anybody else. So to the extent that you're willing to share that information, or you hear a lawnmower flying over your head at 2 in the morning, please call. You can, the immediate threats, you can always do 911. If it's more of an intelligence or a tip, you can call our Border Intelligence Center. The number's right there behind me, but it's 1-800-901-2003, and they'll take that information from you.
I wonder if you can state when you might expect a boost in personnel as a result of the recent executive order?
So the question, if you didn't hear it, was about personnel, and based on the recent executive orders, when we can expect a boost in personnel. So I'm going to answer that in 2 parts. I do expect to see a boost in personnel unrelated to the executive orders within the next year or 2, just because through attrition I have vacant positions here. But law enforcement in general has been having some recruiting issues. A lot of departments nationwide are not meeting their recruitment goals. We're not meeting our recruitment goals currently. Because good, bad, or different over the last 8 years, it's kind of become unpopular in law enforcement. So we're trying to rebound from that and look at ways to recruit. So I see a plus up there. The executive order, that 5,000 more agents, that has to still go through Congress. So I'm not going to get into the political arena. The president's asked Congress for those, and we'll have to wait and see what Congress does and doesn't fund going forward. Yes,
So one last question regarding, could you share whether or not you feel a physical structure that you can't see through would pose a risk for agents along the front line?
So I've already heard that when a physical structure you can't see through pose a risk. Anything can pose a risk to a certain extent. We've experimented over the years, both in San Diego and different areas, with different types of fencing. It really depends on the placement. There are places that a solid structure that you can't see through totally makes sense. There are other places that it may not. That's why we're going through this whole requirements process in San Diego to figure out what does and doesn't make sense. The big piece of that is we've also learned to protect anything, to include your house. Think of it for a minute. You have to be able to control both sides to a certain extent. So a solid structure literally right where the border monuments are, I can't protect the south side of it. It's going to get destroyed pretty quickly. So some of the discussion is where's the placement? Do you still have 1 or 2 fences? Do you have a solid wall? Do you control both sides of it? All that is some of the stuff we're working out currently. But the other thing I want to touch on, nothing that I've been included, no discussion I've been included in any way, shape, or form, only talks about a wall. We use the term wall, but when you pull the sheet back or pull a layer of the onion back, the wall is a system. So it also included, even the executive order talks about its personnel, its technology, and its infrastructure. The reason you have a front door with a lock on it is because you believe in walls. If you didn't believe in security, if you believed in open borders, no walls, no impedance, you'd leave your doors open at night, right? So the concept is solid, but you don't necessarily, not everybody has to live in a gated community. We're still trying to figure out exactly what that next piece is. There are some areas where, right on the border, city environments, I don't want my agents right next to a solid wall they can't see through because people can lie. see that as part of the requirement either. We're being asked where